the victims of Ken Carson.
Signed to Playboi Carti in 2019, he has been embracing the role of a protege.
Wait, this nigga got victims?
Recent album A Great Chaos, placing 11th on the Billboard 200 albums chart, landing him a co-sign from the likes of Drake and Jay-Z. However, this success has come with many conflicts, including a domestic violence dispute and many other violent affairs.
Wait, he beat a bitch up?
In the footsteps of his label owner, who himself has a turbulent past marked by controversies and legal issues, which poses the questions:
oh nah, Opium beating up they
for the victims of Ken Carson. How has he managed to overcome these allegations while building such a prominent career?
Oh nah,
On the night of
beating up they
4:15 a.m., police responded to a phone call to the Grand Bohemian Motel in
Bohemian,
where a female
he part of the Bohemian Grove
stated that Kenyatta Frazier, aka Ken Carson, hit her while they were in their room. She would then provide a sworn written statement explaining the incident, where she
go ahead, read it.
She came to visit Ken at approximately 5 p.m. and that approximately 30 minutes later, Ken attacked her by physically tossing her around the room.
Oh
she
nah!
She sustained a cut to her.
Yo, get money, appreciate 5 subs.
Ear, a small cut to her nose, and a bruised hip. Ken also supposedly took her phone and would not
Damn,
give
she bad.
back to her. A couple of hours later, at 3 a.m., she would be attacked by Ken Carson again. The woman then stated that she left the room, but then had to come back due to her leaving disinfectant spray, which she wanted to use to help with her cuts she sustained. But Ken wouldn't open the door for her, so she couldn't get the spray. The police would then ask Ken what was going on and why he thought the woman would call the police, where he acted clueless and didn't know why she would call the police, and that nothing happened. He said the only thing that happened was that he took her phone. He further added that he was a rapper and that he left at approximately 8 p.m. to perform.
Oh nah, he pulled the rapper card? Chad, he said, I'm a rapper, nigga. Do I look like I hit bitches? Niggas seen the dreads. They're like, sir, come with me. You're going to prison,
show 3 hours after the altercation with his girlfriend. So in summary, Ken came to visit her at around 5 p.m. where they got into a bit of a scuffle. He then left at 8 p.m. to go perform at a show where he would come.
Oh nah, he performed after?
Again. The police stated in a report.
What the f? They got into a fight again?
Show where he would come back at 3 a.m. and they got into a scuffle again.
Oh nah, this nigga, the cops came and you thought it was a good idea to fight this again like it's a round 2 of a boxing match? Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no fucking way.
That they observed a small cut to the woman's
2 for 1 is crazy.
Nose and a possible bruise to her
2
left
for 1
hip.
is
Then
crazy.
On the 20th of August in 2021, Ken Carson was arrested for domestic violence. However, he would be soon released.
Orlando?
He would even contact fans where he stated in messages, "Why do people think I fought a female? I fought a man, lol." However, in the police report, it states that the victim was Ken Carson's boyfriend. So
whoa, this nigga gay. Ken Carson's boyfriend.
However, in the police report, it states that the victim was Ken Carson's boyfriend. So wait a minute.
Did him and Destroy Lonely get busy after the tour, nigga?
But nah, the police report used the pronouns her, so it was obviously a female that he got into an altercation with. However, just a month later on the 26th.
About to f***ing say, bro. Hell nah, that almost just took a turn for the worse.
September, the charges will be dismissed. Now, this situation is very similar to the cases Playboi Carti has had with domestic violence, who Ken is of course signed to. Playboi Carti will be arrested in 2017 at LAX after he got into a scuffle with his girlfriend at the time, Ruby Rose, where he would be released and get all the charges.
It was
dropped.
Ruby Rose he beat up?
Brandy in 2023.
It was Ruby Rose who he beat up?
Over a paternity test. He would then be arrested for domestic violence on a pregnant victim, released, and get the charges dropped again. It seems like a reoccurring thing, and like these opium lawyers are just too good. Sorry to interrupt the video, but if you guys are enjoying so far,
these opium lawyers, nigga said opium lawyers,
I'd appreciate if you could subscribe. This wouldn't be the only altercation that Ken Carson would get into with the police. Later, in the 20th of November in 2021, Ken Carson would also be arrested on gun charges. He would be
section
25400A2, which is for carrying a firearm.
He was packing?
And 25850A, which is carrying a loaded firearm in a public place, vehicle, or prohibited area. The rest of the documents for this case are classified, but it's nothing serious, just an adult man getting arrested for some random ass gun charge.
Chad, did he do it? Looking at this guy, you just look at this beautiful Dominican dread-headed rapper. You think he did it? Be honest, Chad. You think Ken Carson would ever beat on his beautiful girlfriend? No, he innocent. I'm saying, you feel me? He innocent until proven guilty. This nigga's too handsome to be beating on bitches.
charges. Another time Ken Carson would get into a pretty physical altercation with the police was
Bro,
after
the
making
book
a
is
surprise
crazy.
appearance at Lil Uzi Vert's Atlanta concert on the 6th of November in 2023 for his Pink Tape tour. There was a video of the incident where it seemed like Ken was trying to leave the stage until him and the police officer started exchanging some words. The video then cuts to them tussling until it gets abruptly cut off by Opium J smacking the phone out of the fan's hand.
Oh,
the cop literally had Ken in a chokehold, pinned against the wall. But that's pretty much all we got from that situation, since neither the police or anyone made a statement.
nah, he definitely beat on his. Nah, bro, he got anger issues.
The final brawl Ken would get into is at a festival in 2023. While Carti was performing on stage, Ken, Lil 88 and Opium Baby would be seen fighting a security guard and flipping him over the barrier. Now this was just another silly little event, which was apparently due to him not being allowed to smoke. But enough of these fights and legal issues, time to get into some beef. So
I'm f***ing with it, yo. All 2024, bro, we need crash outs, nigga. Can't keep crashing out. Like, nigga, live by the music, bro. Like, it's time, bro. It's time we start crashing out.
As we were just on the topic of Ken Carson and his debuts with his ex-girlfriend.
What the f*** am I saying? I'm literally pussy, bro. I am the most civilian of all civilians.
Actually get into some beef, which was slightly fueled by the fact he took someone's girl. So back in 2021, Ken and YSL signee Yung Kayo were pretty cool back in the day, both upcoming rappers at the time, and Ken can even be seen dancing in the back of Kayo's Contour music video. Now at this time, Kayo would be dating a girl called Mia Owens, and they would be together for a couple years now. And just keep that in mind for later.
I don't give a f***, nigga. Hey, if that's my nigga's, hey, nigga, he ain't my nigga no more. She bad as f***. Twin, hold on. Hey, Ken, you did your thing. You did your thing, bro. Real OPO shit. Real OPO shit.
In March of 2022, Yung Kayo would be seen replying to a fan's message on Discord stating that he's joining Opium, which of course is not true, as he's just recently signed a deal with Young Thug's YSL. But Ken would see this and decided to respond by putting out a tweet saying, "That boy is not Opium," and of course he didn't at KO, but fans could guess who was aimed at. Well, a couple months later in the July of 2022, after these Twitter beefs, Ken would release his second studio album X, which featured the
That's
song
who it was
MMA.
about. I remember when he
In one
posted
line
that.
of the song, Ken would say, "Little boy, you should have signed to Opium. I laugh at that fella, he's slaving." Now at
Damn. That was about
first,
KO?
fans didn't really know who this was about. The
I don't know who the KO is. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just acting like I do.
first thought was Sofago. He recently signed to Cactus Jack and hasn't put out any music since, which was thought to be due to his label holding him back. But Ken and Fago were known to be cool, so that rumor was put down quickly. Well, fans then remembered that Ken was recently getting into it with Yung Kayo on Twitter, and it lines up with the fact that he is signed to YSL, who held his DTFK project.
I ain't gonna lie. When he posted that, I thought he was talking about Glock 40, bro. Deadass. When he posted that boy is not Opium, I ain't gonna lie. I could have sworn a lot of niggas thought he was talking about Glock 40.
Back for 2 years, with him now sitting at a very low 300k monthly listeners, which is where the slaving
Low.
part is coming from.
Low? Nigga just say that's low? Nigga, you wanna talk about low? Bro, just type in Dasgasdom 3. Nigga, that's low. Oh, I hate my life. Just laugh through the pain. Yep. Dasgasdom 3.
Since he's not making any money or popping right now, even though he's signed to Young Thug. And to this day, he still hasn't dropped a project after dropping DTFK in 2022, which was actually incredible. And I definitely didn't expect such a boundary pushing project from a YSL artist, so I'll give him props. Now after Ken sneak dissed him and got all his Opium goons on him, he would then end up taking his girl Mia Owens, which I just thought was pretty funny, and she seems to be hanging out with Autumn now or something. So I
Oh,
don't know.
she's a underground bop, nigga. I'm seeing it. First you f with a nigga named Mayo or KO or K-Roll, whatever the f that nigga's name is. Then you f with Ken Carson, and then you f with a groomer. You are downgrading.
Next time she'll be spotted with Net Spend or something.
What?
So now that we're on the topic of Ken Carson beefing with rappers, let's go back to 2021, when the underground's hottest domestic abusers, Ken Carson and Kankan, would be getting into some pretty entertaining beef.
Kankan.
It would all begin when Kankan would tease a snippet of the song Higher Shit, which was claimed by fans to sound very similar to Ken Carson's song Butterflies, and it seemed like Ken thought the same. On the 9th of July in 2021, Ken Carson would make an Instagram post promoting his new song on Instagram, where a fan would at Kankan in the comments, to which Ken responded with, "Don't at no biting as rappers under my shit."
Oh,
now as we know,
nah.
all allegations aren't taken lightly within the underground, so Kankan had to come back and stand his ground. He would go on Instagram live calling out Ken, saying fuck Ken Carson, calling him a broke ass fella, and state,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I know niggas gonna be biased now, But let's be honest, bro. If it was Kankan versus Ken Carson in that beef, Kankan's still winning that shit. And niggas gonna be biased because Ken Carson's really higher up right now. I think Kankan still got it, my nigga. Real shit. I think it'd be a good ass battle, like, cause them niggas both make like cyberpunk futuristic music. I think it'd be great diss tracks. Alright, bro, I'm just saying this cause Kankan liked one of my posts, bro. I'm literally being biased. I'm literally self-projecting, bro. I'm self-projecting, bro. What the fuck am I saying? Kankan's tough though. Kankan's tough though, bro.
They could take over the music scene if he wanted to. Now, Can's music is pretty hard, but I don't know about that one.
Kid Carson, you figured I got my own way. He done good enough. Broke ass nigga. Nigga, I'm up his for you cause I do. I'll take over this music shit right now if I want.
Kankan's not trash though. Nigga, don't play my nigga like that, bro. Kankan is not trash. Alright, he literally stopped making music. How can, that's what I don't like about like people that listen to music. They're like, you call a nigga trash because they stopped making music. Now I'm spitting on it. How am I spitting on it?
Then a short time later, Ken would bite back by previewing the song Teen Bean, which had the lines, he wanna be like me, yeah, he wanna be like Teen X.
He wanna be like TH, he wanna be like.
Bro, he's so handsome, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, he's so handsome.
Which were of course aimed at Can. Leaned out Kankan would then hop on a very intimate Instagram live to respond to the alleged diss from Ken, where on the live he stated that he doesn't who disses him, then that he can drop whenever he wants, which is a shot at the fact Ken is signed to a label, meaning he doesn't have as much control over his music and releases.
I don't care who diss me, bro. I can drop whenever I want.
Rodway's good, but he's too
And
depressed.
after this Instagram live, this beef would go silent for about a year, but randomly a year later, Summrs would come out and post an Instagram story with a table of a bunch of streaming numbers for many underground artists. And shortly after Summrs posted
Wait,
that,
what was
Ken
that?
would put out
Wait. On-demand audio streams. Are these like bots? What the f?
streaming numbers for many underground artists. And shortly after Summrs posted that, Ken would put out a series
That nigga Yeet went crazy. Bro, I'm sorry. Rewind this again. Nigga Snot was going crazy too in 2021, but Yeet? Yo, 24 million? Bro, he was running TikTok in 2021. I know we've all seen the how you saw that with it? Them dumbass Spider-Man edits, nigga.
for many underground artists.
Yeah.
And shortly after Summrs posted that, Ken would put out a series of classic tweets. Post your shows, gang. Your fave is yet to tour, it won't sell. Rap cat boy, shut up. Now at first, fans thought this was aimed at Summrs, as of course, he was showing his streaming numbers, which were higher than Ken's at the time. So the tweets were a response to Summrs, basically saying, yeah, you got more streams than me, but you're yet to tour, and when you will, you won't sell any tickets. And then the rap cap tweet, well, that could have been aimed at Summrs as well, because he went from a plug and be lover boy to dropping Fallen Raven, becoming a street rapper overnight. But Summrs would have come out with a screenshot on a story of his DMs with Ken Carson, where Ken had sent Summrs a screenshot of his DMs with Ken, which read, shoot my fade gangster, to which Kankan ignored. So then Ken sent that to Summrs to get Kan to respond.
Summrs an instigating ass nigga. Bro posted a screenshot of tell bro shoot the fade.
Captioned the screenshot on the story.
Nah, he behind this. He the middleman of an instigating ass situation.
That dude ain't talking about me.
That's
Meaning
crazy.
Apparently all those tweets were about Kan, which I don't think they were, but I think Ken just didn't want to beef Summrs at the time. A short while after those tweets, Kankan would drop the diss track titled Post Your Racks Gang in the same style Ken Carson
Summrs
tweeted,
and Ken
which was a
Carson
reference to his
beefing though,
original Post
or
Your
Opium
Show Gang tweet, with
or
the
Homicide.
cover art from the diss being heard he signed for a scat, which was Kan coming at Ken for having a low advance in his Opium contract. But overall, the diss wasn't anything crazy. I mean, they don't have a lot to talk about, they're just mostly internet dudes. In one line, Kan said, rap fellas brag about shows, I made an M of clothes, which I guess is just Kan flexing he makes loads of bread from selling merch. Then in another line, lil fella, nobody copy you, keep that little shit on the floor, which is in response to that
I ain't gonna lie,
Ken Carson
that
snippet
RR
where
did
Ken
sell.
said Kankan was copying him.
Double
And
R.
months later, Ken would drop the song Come Outside, which wasn't confirmed to be a diss. However, Kankan did just drop an entire diss on him a month ago.
I don't think
So at
I've
least
ever heard this one.
but the lines were aimed at him. One of the lines said, he just rap about them drugs, he don't really do nothing, which could be seen as a diss at Kan. The majority of his image is just drugs and lean, but honestly, this beef wasn't anything serious. I feel like if Ken wanted to, he could go in hard on someone, especially if he made a diss over a beat like Clutch or Hella. But in the current day, it seems that the two are on on good terms. Kan was seen liking some of his A Great Chaos posts, and Kan even has a kid now, so I doubt he's trying to keep up any internet beef. And as we're on the topic of Carson and Kankan, this brings us on to Ken's next beef, as they would both be brought up by the
Yo, what's a collab that y'all would like to see that probably will never happen in the underground? Or in general, like a collab that niggas always wanted to see, bro. Cardi and Diddy, okay, nigga. No, that never happened. No, Kendrick and J. Cole, though. That's a fact. Oh my God, that's a fact. That shit would go crazy. I think personally in the underground, though, like Ken Carson and Yee, I know they made a song, but now they really need to make a song. But let's be honest, Yee and Playboy Cardi, we've been waiting for it, bro. Like, chat, we've been waiting for it, bro. Yee and Playboy Cardi would go crazy.
Streamer and hip-hop news reporter DJ Akademiks, who decided to flay them for not having any hits and being underground no-names back in the summer of 2021.
You telling me about what's this nigga's name, Ken or whatever the Barbie and Ken? He don't got a fucking song on the Billboard. The do I care about his music?
And to be fair, what he said is not wrong. He's one of the biggest personalities in the industry.
I guess niggas ain't good if they don't hit Billboard.
That's right. Rappers who will probably
see this nigga's a writer, bro.
A couple of years, which is probably just annoying.
But
Akademiks would eventually give in and react to some of Ken's music, but the review was pretty disappointing since all he did was just call him a Playboy Carti clone, which isn't true at all. Now of course Ken would see this, to which he responded by putting out a series of tweets saying, "Akademiks a bitch. I don't condone old ass men trying to bring down a young fella come up. Better think you can critique music like he made a hit before or some shit." Ken has a decent point, to be fair. Akademiks is just a dude who sits in his room all day and streams. What did he know about making hits? Now fast forward a year later, Akademiks would bring up Ken Carson again, questioning if people are calling him a Carti clone, as if he didn't say it himself.
Some people say he's a Cardi clone.
But throughout the clip, he literally didn't say anything.
He sounded nothing like Cardi.
Just called him Bronny.
He still don't.
And a bunch of other yap.
Nigga look like Bronny with some dreads, bro.
But the two would eventually meet in 2023, where Akademiks had this to say about him.
I said, Uzi, you do know this whole shit, like this whole thing you created. You're like the epitome and like you're the height of creativity. It ends with you. And I think he was really not upset, but like he was like taken aback by it, but he was just like, no, definitely not. And he's like, you can't say that when look at these guys. And he
I just can't, bro. Like he just pulled that nigga Uzi's pants down and started sucking the meat out of him.
Pointed at Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely. He gave them mad props. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. He gave them boys mad props. When you hear him talk about those guys, don't talk about them like they're not like me, or you know what I mean, these are little niggas. Like he gave them the utmost. So y'all will see some of that. He came off very confident, like very confident. He knew what the fuck he wanted to do. Like you could tell like there was something kind of exuding from him to be like, yo nigga, I'm gonna be that one. You get what I mean?
Now to be fair, that was just some petty beef over the two, but overall, it was nice to see an old head like Akademiks over the years start to change his opinions on upcoming artists. And then the next beef I'm going to get into is between Ken Carson.
Yeah, he was fat at one
And
point.
Pi'erre Bourne.
Holy
Will start in 2021, where a fan asked Ken Carson on Twitter if he would ever want to be on a Pi'erre Bourne beat, which he replied to with a simple no, which left many fans confused. Pi'erre and Carti used to be such an iconic rapper-producer duo back in the day, and still now, Pi'erre makes fire beats, so why would Ken be so against working with him? However, Ken would follow up with another tweet, which read, "Nah, what? That fella told me I wasn't on the same level as him. Ever since that day, I've been going up, no beef. I just wouldn't feel comfortable working. No L, I don't take no L's." So what it seemed like was when Ken was hanging around with Carti during 2019 and 2020, he probably asked for some beats from Pi'erre, but since Ken was a no-name at the time, Pi'erre declined, which left a sour taste in his mouth. And since then, it has not gone so well for Pi'erre in some latey beef.
That's why you don't ego niggas, bro. I be trying to tell y'all, bro, chat. I hope all my brothers in the chat prosper, bro, and y'all, you know, find y'all career, bro. Don't ever, like, if you see talent from a nigga, bro, don't overplay them because their numbers are not hitting or whatever, so, right? Like, there's a lot of talent in the chat. You feel me? Don't be a Pi'erre Bourne, my nigga. If you see the talent, bro, like, don't ego. Let that nigga know, like, yo, bro, like, you gotta pay for these like everybody else, but But don't ego the nigga.
With him and Opium Baby, there was a tweet put out which read, "I had to beg bro to let you in the studio," which basically meant he had to beg Carti to let Pi'erre in the studio, as Carti and his guys didn't really want to be working with him. And as we're on the topic of producers, Ken would actually attempt to blackball upcoming rapper Summrs by telling producers not to send him any beats. So Summrs has been blown up for the past year or so. However, he has been getting many clone allegations due to making similar distorted music to Ken Carson, especially with the song X and Sex and Cutter. It seemed like Ken didn't like the fact an artist was copying his swag. So
I ain't gonna lie, he kind of was copying, but Summrs not bad. Summrs not bad either. He's decent. I haven't really heard his music enough, but like, yeah, he definitely did copy that nigga.
Apparently, he did some industry blackball type shit, which is when someone from Summrs' camp tweeted, "Ken Carson boycotting Summrs is crazy, sob emoji," where a fan responded with, "How do you know this?" To which he responded with, "Wildcard Uno, who is a respectable artist in underground, told us." He would then send out another tweet saying, "He telling producers not to send beats." Now from some research I did, my guess is Ken was telling the producers Legion, Rock, and Barfo to stop sending Summrs beats, as they all have produced songs on Ken's projects and also Summrs.
Nah, it's a bunch of white folks that make these beats. Are you shitting me?
Research I did, my guess is Ken was telling the producers Legion,
Oh, those are black knees.
Rock, and
That's a white nigga. This white nigga made murder music? Nah, bro. Yo, their ears are like, to make a beat like murder music.
Barfo to stop sending
And Fight My Demon, yeah, this nigga is goated. Fight My Demons is crazy. And he made MDMA.
Summrs beats, as they all have produced songs on
Crazy.
Ken's projects and also Summrs. Now Summrs will
Crazy.
respond to all of this with an NBA Youngboy song in his story, where he used a section of the lyrics, "I grew up bumping him, couldn't dream of him hating on me," which was posted just a couple hours after those tweets from Holla came out. So it was definitely in response to the situation. And Ken would also see all of this, where he put out a couple of cryptic tweets saying, "Clout more valuable than money to you? Find better shit to post. I don't know them fellas, stop chasing narratives," claiming that he doesn't even know Summrs and his guys, and this is all fake. He would then say, "The internet not real, stop believing." Again, claiming all of this is fake. So Ken denied all the allegations of him blackballing Summrs, which I think he's just denying, as it would be kind of lame from him to try put down an upcoming.
Can we talk about how this video went from this nigga beating on a to him beefing with Summrs? Like, bro, what the am I watching?
Artist, and especially as it looks like Ken was intimidated by Summrs' aura and was worried that he might overtake him one day, which is why he was trying to blackball him. Now of course, all this did give Summrs a slight bad rep, however it also gave him loads of attention, so Summrs kind of won at the end of the day. That wraps it up for this video.
I wouldn't have heard of Summrs if it wasn't for that whole Ken Carson beef. But yeah, he copied him for sure.
Ain't from New York, but my niggas be chillin'. Only couple niggas that I know who'll kill for me. She said when I fuck, I get her in a feeling. Shorty is slutty when she off the Hennessy. Bitch named Clinton, knock over Hillary Tack.